Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm a new face here. How are you, Winter? You've been chilling with the Dota Cinema crowd.
Yeah.
How are they? Are they friendly folk?
Regardless of that, I'm just happy
You're happy? Why are you happy?
because Rave made us proud.
Yeah, Rave are legit. They're the real deal. They're doing well. They're, 2-1 now, I think?
Yeah, 2-1, and
Yeah.
you know they have a lot to prove in the group stage, and
Yep.
it shows that their hard work are really paying off. Like being a stable team for the past 1 year and a half.
Yeah.
About there.
Well,
Yeah.
they're done with day one. Are they done with day one? No, they have one more game. They play MVP last. That's actually a
Wow,
pretty
that is
important
like a C battle.
map. Battle of SEA. But right now, EG versus Newbee. That's coming your way. EG 2-0, Newbee 0-2. Not what you would expect from Newbee, especially. But we're going to get ourselves into the draft. Newbee are just kind of disappointed today. They lost to MVP. They lost to Vici Gaming. The MVP loss especially hard for them, I feel.
Is this their third game right now?
Their third game.
Oh dear, then we really need to get on the board.
Yes. They have one more game at the end of today against Tong Fu. So they have 4 games today. And this one, well, one of their tougher ones. So if they start off 0-2, they need to do something here. It's one of those teams you can't count out. Even if they go 1-3 today. Let's say they lose this but beat Tong Fu. Like they're 1-3, they play 15 games, they could quite easily bounce back.
Yeah, and they are not following the spinning meta. They are one of the few teams that actually prioritize on picking tight.
Yeah.
Them and actually VG. Both of these teams are the only 2 teams that actually pick tight.
EG just leave things pretty open with the first pick Venge, so not really giving away too much of theirs. As far as EG go, what have you been feeling like with EG? The one game I saw of theirs, they had a very kind of different draft. They had a Lone Druid for Fear. They had a Lone Druid Shadow Fiend kind of draft, which was pretty cool to see.
Oh, that was the IG game, right? That was against IG.
That was against...
Yeah, it was against IG.
Wasn't it against... Are you sure about that? Wasn't it against Vici?
Oh, VG? No, oh yeah, Black was the slug that game. Yeah, it was against VG. But this new EG, I haven't watched a lot of their games, so I'm not sure what to say about them, but they definitely have really good replacements for their mid, especially Sumail.
Well, speaking of Sumail, here's his hero. Here's the Shadow Fiend. He's played a Shadow Fiend today as well as a Brewmaster. I think it was Brewmaster in the MVP game from what I caught of the draft, so... Well, seems the Shadow Fiend's going to be...
he's a very, like, a snowballish player. They usually put him on heroes like Storm, Shadow Fiend. These 2 are usually his heroes, the go-to heroes. Does he... At the moment, I haven't seen much of other heroes from him. Maybe some Panda games.
Yeah, there's the one Brew game today, but there's only been D2L and then what we're seeing today, which is 2 games. So, as far as he goes, he fiends pubs, he fiends NEL, he plays a lot of games. So I feel like he's known for his Shadow Fiend, but that's not going to stop him from playing a lot of these other heroes should he need to. So.
Too bad.
Yeah, definitely. I think this game, however, Shadow Fiend on the Radiant side, just very, very typical Shadow Fiend type of game. You want to have the jungle access very easily. You want to have supports that will, obviously, the bench, very good at stacking with the hull. You can stack 2 camps at once, so it's a perfect support to actually complement the Shadow Fiend right from the start. And making sure the Shadow Fiend doesn't die as well in the fights with the swap.
I feel like with the West, like a lot of people talked at the Western reshuffles and how EG maybe got kind of the worst end of things, but like coming into a tournament like this, I still feel like EG is one of the top contenders just because of what PP can do as a captain and drafter. Like I feel like he's one of the people maybe quicker to figure out a patch, just has a really good mind for figuring out how to draft and what to play. So
yeah, it's I wouldn't say they got a worse trait or anything. It's just they're shifting playstyles.
Well, I think it was much riskier because who knew how Sumail would work out? Like they bring in a young 15-year-old who's never played in a.
You need to have faith. Sometimes
you just need to
believe and take the leap of faith.
I am a full believer that sometimes you just gotta have a little faith. So we'll see what EG can do here.
Yeah, this game is like
10 seconds remaining.
This game is, however, really crucial for a newbie to get on the board. If they go 0-3,
it could be worse.
It's a group stage.
It's Newbie. It's
it's demoralizing.
Oh, it's probably a little demoralizing. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, you look at TI4 and they managed their comeback. They had Zhao Wei as their kind of captain and leader, but I feel like this current Newbee team kind of maybe somewhat lacking as far as, like, having a true captain. Like,
they don't have a disciplined person. Like,
yeah, it's
get everybody in control.
it's like House the one drafting here. I'm not sure if he's like the actual in-game leader or not, but
Newbee's turn to pick.
How doesn't strike me as one of the. I mean, he's allowed. He voices his opinion, but he doesn't keep, like you say, he doesn't keep people in
feels
control.
like a playful, mischievous player himself.
He creates chaos. I feel, you know, you don't want to be creating chaos within the team. You need to keep it discdisciplined.
Yeah, but
Which is the
sometimes
Zhao
you
Wei
need
thing.
a player like that to
Yeah, you need
make
both.
the ball moves.
Yeah, you
so
definitely
that
need both.
you actually get you want to have that person that's willing to actually
10
step,
seconds remaining.
go the extra mile to actually break the game apart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you mentioned, you need
5
somebody to,
seconds remaining.
guys, we need to come back.
Who's balancing him out? Because
This is getting too far out of hand. But this,
Reserve time.
like you said, without Xiao who's actually fulfilling that job?
maybe Rabbit. I don't know. I mean,
Like,
Rabbit.
he's actually, based on his personality, he's like the really quiet and
So
chill
maybe they
guy.
need that balance. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
For now, it's going to be an Earthshaker as the third pick for Newbee. So pretty kind of bland draft. I
team
feel.
fight.
Yeah.
It's very team fight orientated. You have Echo Slam, you have Ravage, and like a lot of bursts as well with the Lion. A lot of these three heroes coming to the picture so early just means that they want to fight. A lot of stunts, good in small skirmish, good in big team fights, and obviously, what is Shadowfiend afraid of?
Yeah.
Early game, a lot of stunts and disables.
Yeah, exactly. So Newbee go for the life stealer of all heroes. Now,
Evil geniuses
Storm
turn
to finish
pick.
things up.
possibly.
Storm or Puck to finish things up.
So one of the nice things about life stealer is you don't get blown up by the Shadowfiend Yule's Requiem combo because you can instantly rage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was about to say. Newbee, as far as that carry go, they probably were going to. I was thinking they need to pick a BKB type hero or something with magic immunity that can actually avoid that Yule's combo, which Sumail almost always
How-
goes for. But
How about Silencer though? Silencer will actually make it
10
still
seconds
possible
remaining.
that's
for
true.
EG. And you know, PPD is like one of the few
5
supports that
seconds
actually
remaining.
want to play a hero like Silencer. Like not many
Mm.
teams like really want to play the hero, pick the hero so much.
Reserve time.
Because once like the game gets far behind your team, like Silencer is not a support that actually would be able to create stuff that will actually pull the team back into the game.
It just doesn't feel like I guess AUI could play the Venge. It feels more like they get like one of
Yeah,
the.
it's like they have Venge and Silencer. It's
Yeah.
both of them are PPD heroes.
I know EG did have a game. I think it was the Chen earlier today for AUI. Chen not the best against the Lifestealer though. It's kind of just like free creeps for a Lifestealer to hop
yeah,
inside of.
definitely not a Chen game.
I think they left the Chen in the pool. Maybe almost plan. I feel like they planned this Lifestealer pick, and partly why they maybe left the Chen in the pool, worried about some of these other heroes, the Axe, the Brewmaster getting the ban instead.
I wonder what EG's gonna go for, to actually deal with this like heavy kill potential, heavy team fight, a lot of disables, and like they just want to fight and destroy you early. This feels like it's a very dangerous game for the Shadowfiend.
I mean, do they even go back for like the Lone? I was just about to say Lone Druid. I feel like Lone Druid's good against the Lifestealer.
Newbee's turn
Something
to
that if they
ban.
don't pick it now could get banned out. Going back to it from earlier today, so
Very tanky core, so
Yeah.
good against like mass AoE, good in fights, but at the same time you say he's good against Lifestealer, but at the same time
not the
Like,
bad.
10
Lifestealer is also
seconds
good
remaining.
against the
Yeah.
bear because of how you scale. Like, you have a lot of
5
HP,
seconds
not so
remaining.
much armor, and that's where the feast comes
Evil
into play.
geniuses turn to ban.
So we'll see what the last pick for EG is. A ban onto the Visage, one of those AUI heroes as the Chen's still in the pool, but as said, you don't really want to go for the Chen necessarily here.
Nah, I think Chen is pretty bad here though
Yeah.
against the Lifestealer, and they have so much like AoE, like the Earthshaker, the Lion.
Newbee's
The creeps
turn
would
to
be
pick.
having a hard time,
Yeah.
walking around the fights.
So Newbee's last hero here. They're looking for mid for Moo. I mean, the
Storm or the Puck.
Yeah, I was going to say
the
Storm,
vehicle.
Storm Puck maybe a bit more as far as actual burst damage goes and the silence utility.
Yeah, but the Storm would
Storm
just make
is-
sure you have a secondary damage, like carry.
yeah,
Basically, Puck is basically team fight, and
Again.
you have to win a lot early to be
10
relevant
seconds
later.
remaining.
Yeah.
But Storm gives you that security, like you are still
5
okay if you go
seconds
into
remaining.
later part of the game.
Well, if they get Storm, or I mean even Storm or Puck, I feel like the silence you mentioned earlier for EG could
Reserve
Yeah,
time.
I
be
think
so good against.
the silencer would be a definite something that PPD would be considering heavily against the newbie lineup.
Right. Well, we'll see what Newbee get. 20 seconds of reserve time remaining for their
S-
last pick, and
It's a really straightforward, like old meta type of draft. If
Yeah.
they go for the Storm or the Puck, you don't actually see this anymore.
There are some
10
other
seconds
directions they
remaining.
can go if they want something a bit more spicy, perhaps.
Yeah, but
5
they need
seconds
to complement the
remaining.
lifestealer.
Templar Assassin.
Nah, they say screw it, we're going TA.
Evil
I guess TAs
geniuses
nowadays do go
turn
more
to
for the
pick.
blink build, but it's not like TA blinks in and sets up for the lifesteal. It's not like you've got the pull of the storm or the coil of the puck, so...
Yeah, I mean, this will actually make sure that they have a lot more damage. Like,
I mean,
right
they were
click.
lacking damage quite badly.
Now they have more minus armor for the bats. TA is good against the summon, the spirit bear, obviously the lone druid's bear, and really good 1v1 laning
10
against Shadow Fiend as well.
seconds remaining.
So, and they're on the dire side, so they can
Rush,
get that
easy
Five
rush. Yeah,
seconds
they have
remaining.
gush like a good amount of armor reduction. And this will actually
Reserve
be a game where Lion and Earthshaker, you would want to be active looking for ganks against the Shadow Fiend, and you have TA, like when she hits level 6 traps to actually slow
10
the target down
seconds
so you can get
remaining.
in range for the impale that hacks from the Lion, making the Shadow Fiend.
5
It's just,
seconds remaining.
I feel really worried about the Shadow Fiend this game, and there's so many ways that this is like taking Greed to the next level with RE 2000. It's just there whenever he plays in.
I think they look at this and they're like, well, we want to get AUI a greedy kind of hero, but the Chen doesn't match up well against this. You can't really gank
Yeah,
much.
Black Hole is good against
So-
Lifestealer.
Yeah, Black Hole's really nice this game. There's nothing to go through the BKB Black Hole to actually cancel it. And
You know, there's one thing I'm worried. Like, you go for the Enigma now, and you have Venge as your lane support with Lone Druid. Your lane is, mediocre.
yeah,
Like, the enemy,
the
like
Tide should
Newbee
get
can... they
a
can
lot.
actually consider maybe parking the Earthshaker early in the lane bottom. Help the Tide Hunter a little bit, or maybe even contest. Like,
10
I'm not sure though.
seconds
It's a possibility that if you want to do something aggressive early, because they have the Venge only, and Enigma is like not gonna do
remaining.
much.
Prepare for
At the
battle.
same time, though, if they camp the Earthshaker bottom, though, it means they can't really gank the SF mid too easy. Like, Lion alone with a TA is not exactly an easy kill on the SF. Similarly, like, if you want to even gank the Clockwork, I feel like the Earthshaker has to be the one either getting a Fissure block to kill the Clockwork or using the Lion to help gank the mid lane with, like, a 2-hero support gank, so... I don't know. I feel like the Tide just is fine. Like, 1v2, he's just going to be happy that he has that 1v2 matchup now that the Enigma's been picked.
Yeah, definitely. But they could probably get more if they
Yeah.
want to.
There was a Earthshaker early today, and it was like a mix of like ganking the offlane as well as just also stacking. That stacking for the Tide helps a lot. So that's where the Earthshaker, being near the bot lane, roaming around, being active on the map, can be really nice for this team. So
30
we'll see how things
seconds to
pan out.
battle.
Newbee make a move through the enemy jungle. It's going to be Moo playing the Templar Assassin for the Newbee squad. Banana on the Lion. Rabbit playing the Tide Hunter. Sansheng on the Earthshaker. And Hao going to be playing the Lifestealer. On the Radiant side, Universe on the Clockwork. Mid lane's going to be Sumail on the Shadow Fiend as Bounty Runes are coming up. PPD going to help secure the top one on the Vengeful Spirit. Bottom lane's going to be Fear and Lone Druid, leaving AUI 2000 playing the Enigma. So both
The
bounty
battle
one bounty room may be going Newbee's way. Fissure to just deal with the bear.
Things.
They are just so intent to make sure they get it. Sansheng
Worth-
immediately clarity.
Worth the fissure.
Yeah.
So as I expected, the Earthshaker will be actually at bottom to actually help the Tide out and probably stack some Ancients, like, because he's like not really needed at top. The Clockwork is gonna get levels regardless with the blocks with his power cock. So Earthshaker will be more effective if he's actually moving around, helping
Yeah.
middle, helping bottom,
Oh.
just doing some stuff for the team.
Just the one fissure at bottom, but that was essentially he had the clarity on anyways from his previous fissure, so he's actually gets a lot of value out of that clarity. He gets a fissure to secure a bounty rune and to get the block at bottom lane.
Yeah, he's actually going to move back towards top. I thought he was actually going to stack the Ancients once.
He's got this smoke, so he will be looking for.
He's actually
potential early
stacking
gank.
the camps, the big camp first, instead of the Ancients.
Okay. There's plenty of time to stack. Normally, by the time Tide is ready to go kill an Ancient stack, it's like a max stack anyway. So even if you don't stack right off the bat, you generally get that max stack by like 8,
Yeah.
9, because it's like 8 to 10 minutes in you want to kill it. You don't have to stack right from the get-go.
This is going to be a really fun time for the Tide at bottom. He's going to get a lot of farm, a lot of experience, and he came down to the lane with a lot of regen as well, expecting that he knows that this lane he's going to take a lot of damage from the Spirit Bear, so having those extra tangles are really, really helpful for him.
So, bit of lag coming out here. Newbee have blocked the pull camp here. So nothing PPD can do apart from look to zone and help out as far as the lane goes.
Yeah, he go for Terror. Yeah, it's gonna be a level 1 wave of Terror on the Tide and just constantly trading with him.
And already has level 2. Will get level 3 pretty quickly. So with Anchor Smash, with Kraken, it's not exactly going to be an easy feat for PPD to zone him out.
This is gonna be still a lot of fun for the Tide. And looking at the other side, Clockwork on the other hand is still also getting a lot of farm because of the power cogs blocking the creep, giving him a lot of experience. And it's gonna be just down to later on whichever offlaner uses the level and experience better, how they actually impact the game. The Clockwork will have a lot of opportunities to get solo kills on the Earthshaker and the Lion, but the Tide will be better at the team fights.
Universe at top lane hasn't planted this ward yet, and he's going to get fissure blocked if he's not careful. Here comes the Earthshaker. This is like deja vu from an earlier game of mine. This exact same gank occurred there, and Lion, he's not going to get in range.
No, he was a little too far away.
If he gets, Lion almost gets himself trapped there, gets tangled out, but How doesn't have boots yet as well. Nor the How or the Lion. Both those two heroes not having boots makes that kill and gank very difficult.
Yeah, they probably even want to consider getting a Orb of Venom on the Lifestealer to increase the kill chance, maybe. That would probably be helpful, but at this point it's just difficult for them to actually kill the Clockwork, which is level 3, boots, stout shield.
That's the thing, even if they run at him, he can still look to use those cogs defensively.
Yeah, and you look at the middle lane at this moment, the TA has taken a good lead already over the Shadow Fiend at this point, like 5 CS ahead.
Yeah.
6 CS ahead of the Shadow Fiend.
It feels like that's how this matchup should at least pan out until SF starts. Level 5, when he gets the raises, he can easily just push out the wave, use that spam, but for the early levels, it should be TA favored.
But at the moment, Enigma free farming as well, so this is going to be coming into play in the next few minutes when he gets a lot of levels, sets up ganks, push down towers.
Moon is manning up on Sumail mid lane, actually.
Yeah, Earthshaker's here.
Oh. Sumail, Radiant Vision sees none of this. Sumail is in trouble. The fissure comes in. Mu goes in for one right click. One more. Sumail is dead. Oh dear. The Radiant Vision, I feel like this ward at the bottom of the river, this is the wrong place to plant this ward.
And the Clockwork as well. He didn't place his ward yet. Like this...
He just placed it
Anywhere would have actually given them vision.
He placed it on top of the Wild Wings. These Wild Wings are actually blocking. I was like, wait, I saw the red dot on the minimap. I'm like, I can't see the ward. Where is the ward? And Banana, he'll find it now. He's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
It's an interesting spot.
Easy 50 goal.
Well, he's got to get to it first. These Wild Wings are standing in the way. It's like, why won't they attack it? Actually, he wants his 50 gold, that's why. So Mu refills his bottle, already has phase boots.
This is going to be a tough Shadow Fiend game. He's going to get ganked again anytime soon.
Earthshaker's already on the move.
TA has his traps now, so Earthshaker can just come in with the traps.
TA can solo kill SF, essentially. But the Earthshaker Fissure will just make this even easier.
Where is the PPD bench? He's at bottom. Anyone has TPs? PPD has TP.
Yeah. But even with a TP in, if you get a fissure, I feel like Mood's going to kill him very quickly with the phase boots.
This is really bad. Shadow Fiend is barely reaching level 5. TA is like one and a half levels of the Shadow Fiend.
Well, Moon not looking to get too aggressive. He's not really positioning at all as far as looking to go for any kind of a dive here. Enigma at level 5, approaching level 6. And I feel like as soon as AUI hits level 6, he may be going for some kind of a gank on the mid lane, using that black hole.
Yeah, they definitely need to focus their attention on helping the Venge.
He just picked up a smoke already, the Enigma, so... maybe Venge and Enigma smoke gank the TA and look to get a kill there with the SF, but Clockwork for now, he's just protecting Sumail. He's like, okay, if Earthshaker comes in, we'll know.
They need to, like seriously. And they even gave him sentries so that, like, it's really important. Like, sometimes you see players against TA, they don't have sentries early on to actually... it's important to take away the traps. Otherwise, he has traps on you, waits for the next cooldown, has 2 stacks on you. It's very easy for the TA to kill you.
And just, it's very common around this time to get that high ground vision as well with like an Observer ward, so you can deny a few of the common spots with that, but not something we see coming out just yet. So Earthshaker going to swing down towards the bottom lane. No Ancient Sack yet for this Tide. Tide has been forced back to Fountain. Rabbit level 5.5, so getting good experience out of the off lane. 13 CS as well, but there's no stacks waiting for him.
He's doing a lot better, expected, than the Clockwork.
I guess there's no stacks. Earthshaker's been busy and getting some work done.
That's big. the big camp stack where
Yeah.
the Earthshaker did at,
Oh,
and the
oh,
medium camp stack as well to the left. So
okay,
it's-
that's actually pretty sizable.
that's actually still alright for the if they choose to give it to the Tide.
Oh, Moo gets a DD rune now as well. This is
Yeah, they're giving it to the Tide.
high impact here if they can. Yeah, Tide gonna farm here. I guess want to secure that level 6 and arcane boots as safely as possible. But AUI now sitting behind Sumail, ready with a black hole, but at the same time, black hole, you need to turn around and get a kill. You don't just want to keep Sumail alive with this Enigma being here.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, he's just under too much pressure at this point. And we talk about one thing about having Shadow Fiend on Radiant side. You can have access to the jungle, but they have an Enigma, which actually restricts that problem.
Yes. He's going to get the camps now. I think Enigma says, well, I can take the right side of the jungle. I'll farm a little bit slow, perhaps not having all the
I
camps.
feel like the next move would be just to pressure the safe lane, the tower at bottom. They need to push the tier 1 at bottom so that the Shadow Fiend, you force the enemy, move the heroes bottom to defend, and he can actually farm. Otherwise, it's just he's under so. You can see the way he's playing. He's under so much pressure.
They get down a nice little observer ward here, which does give that vision onto the top of the ramp.
One small mistake, he's gonna die here from the fissure.
It's pushed up very far forward. Moo considering going in here, but an AUI is nearby, but not. I feel like not near enough to.
No, he needs to be right next to him when the TA goes in.
Yeah. AUI though is looking to maybe go for a loop-de-loop around. If he goes for a smoke though, Earthshaker is in the right spot to kind of reveal it. It's the big problem right now.
Yeah, he needs to do something to relieve. Like the Shadow Fiend is just under immense pressure right now. They need to make something happen on the bottom side of the map, or at least like I'm not sure though. Like anywhere, take the fight away from the Shadow
he's
Fiend.
made a mistake. He went forward with the raise, and now a DD Moo is going on. He misses the melt strike though. That uphill miss, and immediately Moo retreats back.
Yeah, and he lost all his refraction, like the defensive charges from the creeps as well.
So Moo gonna bottle up, take the top rune, and it looked like that was gonna be a mistake from Sumail getting blocked in, and he just turned to fight though.
Yeah, that he had the creeps on his side. That was the.
I could just see what Sumail was thinking. He's like, I'm gonna push out this wave to get this ward down. He'd been given the 2 wards and wanted to get a high ground vision here, but to do so he put himself in harm's way. But hey, he was fine.
Yeah, it's really important for him to be able to see what's behind.
Yeah.
So the supports like AUI knew when he had to be there and when he could just keep farming.
I think Newbee may have spotted him plant that ward, but hey, nothing coming out yet in the way of sentries. No real detection. And
Yeah, and Aoi doesn't have a teleport scroll, so he's not going to be able to help. Only PPD has a teleport scroll at the moment. Yeah, but I just feel that maybe they can actually just try like the call. It feels like a lot of teams would try to pressure the bottom lane right now with the bear plus the summons from the Enigma right away.
Universe in some trouble potentially here. Lion went in to start things off. How with the phase boots can look to chase down Universe. He's salving up the cogs, or the battery assault as well as cogs, kind of hurting How a bit here. And How not going to get this kill. Nice salve, and the battery assault just making it a little bit harder for the lifestealer here. As How has gone for the fast phase boots. The Orb of Venom, that would have been a kill, I think.
If he had an Orb of Venom, I think he would have had the kill for sure.
He's going back for the Midas.
It's just like those things, you make a small investment hoping you get, like one kill would have immediately repaid the item.
And even if you don't get a kill, if the clockwork gets zoned out a bit because of it, it maybe pays off.
Yeah,
And you sell it later, you end up only losing 130
I think
gold.
it's a very worthy investment. Like just to make sure that small little opportunity you get to kill, you have that Orb of Venom, secures the kill.
Especially against the clockwork, because just pushing the clockwork out of lane makes a big difference, because clockwork's really annoying if he's hitting you with cogs and just contesting the lane.
I think most of the Western carry players, like especially Envy, would have gotten the Orb of Venom.
Yeah, Envy loves his Orb of Venom. Envy, as far as when it comes to killing offlanes or at least zoning them out, that's like his #1 priority. I've seen him as Drow Ranger, like level 1, miss the first 2 or 3 CS just to zone out the offlane. Like he'll chase them to their tower to zone them out, and then miss like 3 CS.
Prioritize shutting down the offlane.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see, but we'll see EG kind of do a play you mentioned. Like this is okay, so no kills come their way, but they're going to go for the tier 1 tower.
Yeah,
bridge.
I just felt this should have happened a lot earlier. Like could have happened a lot earlier, so that the Shadow
Dead again. Moo with a solo kill as well.
with the Invis rune.
So did not actually. So they had the ward on the hill, but yeah, he didn't actually scout the fact out that Moo picked up the invis. As bottom lane is going to be defended as well. The Tide TP in. He's got arcanes. He's got max Anchor Smash and a Ravage.
Is under attack.
That basically means that pushing this is very high risk.
Yeah, now it's like the thing is like they missed their opportunity to pressure the tower earlier, and now it's like Tide has level 6. Lion has his finger as well, like any TP rotation to help the Tide out. If you don't burst the Tide down, you're just gonna pay with your lives.
And Lifesteal just has to sit top. He's got his Midas. He's going to keep on farming. Has a TP scroll, so if a fight happens under the tower, he can TP in and look to join.
It's how he's gonna have a
Yeah.
TP scroll.
He's always looking to fight, if possible. But yeah, for now, both Moo and Hao getting their farm on the off lane.
Do you think he's gonna go Midas? Like I know Moo doesn't like to go Midas on
He
his
normally
team.
goes.
Yeah, he goes
I
Yasha.
think he's going to Blink with this money.
Yasha or Blink. Yasha or Blink.
How does Blink? How do you feel Blink goes this game?
Yeah, for the vehicle, for the
Yeah.
life stealer. Why not? But it feels. I feel like Midas could also be. Okay, he bought something.
Yasha.
Yasha. Yeah.
He often goes a Yasha BKB Deso. Like that's a build I've seen him do.
Radiant's
He,
top
really,
tower is
he really
under
doesn't
attack.
like the Midas.
Yeah. He's big on the casual Yash and then gets the BKB often afterwards, but we'll see how this works out.
It's more of like a fighting build.
He's got a DD rune as well. Moo's been finding all these
They
runes.
can go for the Roche actually with this
Yeah.
DD.
if they want to, but
There's an observer here though. This would be risky.
I mean, I feel like it's not really necessary to do so now. You can wait till you push down a few towers and get a bit better map control. Right now they have no way to like push out the lanes easily to secure Roche, perhaps.
Yeah, but I feel like the reason why I feel like it's like an easy Roche because they have Ravage. You can just use the Ravage as like a threat. They have Ravage, they're doing Roshan, we don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like we have Black Hole, but we don't have a Blink on the Enigma. Ravage and the Earthshaker feature is just too much to
Dire's
handle.
middle
And that would
tower
mean
is
that the
under
Roche is going to be uncontested.
Universe going to turn and hook it. The Midnight Pulse AUI. Doesn't have mana for a black hole, but uses the mech instead as Newbee. Finger down Universe. Not much EG could do there to save him, even with the mech from AUI. He just picked this one up, so we'll see what EG can
Radiant's
do
top
around
tower
this.
is
But
under attack.
AUI kind of low on mana here, and that after using the Soul Ring as well as, well, that's not the Soul Ring giving him the mana, but use the Midnight Pulse, the conversions, and the mech there to try help out his buddy. They're going to try have another go at this bottom tier 1 tower, especially now with Finger on cooldown. It gets a little bit safer knowing that that burst damage isn't there, but Tide still with Ravage. The lifesteal of the TA both with TP scrolls as well, should they want to try and fight this bottom lane.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big fight. There's Ravage, there's Black Hole, everything is up. Everyone feels like this is my timing. Like for EG, they have the upper hand at this point because they have the mech, and Newbee doesn't feel they are gonna have a mech anytime soon unless Tide changes his mind to go for a mech instead of a blink. But he's actually saving up so much money that it's more or less gonna be the blink first instead of the mech.
Newbee just going to farm. At this point, Lifestealer, wait till he has his armlet, probably the TA. Even waits for another. I still feel like the Blink is really good with the Lifestealer as the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, if they're actually planning for the Tide to go blink first instead of the mech, you can just leave the Tide to be the vehicle, and the TA has the more farm intensive build.
Well, if you're on Lone Druid, Midas, Phase Boots, picks up a second Gloves of Haste, so it looks like we'll be seeing
The Maelstrom build?
the Maelstrom come out, yeah.
Maelstrom and Vlad, so they have actually more armor for the whole team, and they can actually deal with the armor reduction from the TA and the Gush.
And between like the Lone Druid and the SF, there's a good two sources of damage in the physical as well as magic damage from the SF. So I don't feel like EG are lacking damage per se. So going for this kind of more rounded, partially defensive item in the Vlads, I think is quite nice.
Yeah, and Sumer actually didn't go for the minus this game because of how hard he had the early game. He's going straight into the use that would actually help him to survive against the TA and set up kills, but setting up the Requiem without BKB against a newbie lineup like this is difficult.
And I think that's where he maybe even had skipped over the Midas, because he's like, I need my Yules Blink BKB as soon as possible, and the Midas will not actually make that happen faster. It's just 2k
Radiant's
gold
top
where he'll
tower
get
is
some of that
under
back by
attack.
using the Midas, but ultimately it takes a bit longer to actually recoup that money. Moo finds another rune. It's a DD, and into the Roshan pit with the smoke. Sansheng in there as well is going to offer his assistance. At this point, Sansheng just wants the XP. Sansheng was level 1 for like 10 minutes into the game, and he's like, I kind of need this XP, so he just joins
It's
the
just Earthshaker.
yeah.
You don't really need experience early on. Like Fissure is just a fantastic spell at level 1. It's arguably one of the best level 1 spells.
No,
Because-
I think it was fine that he was level 1.
yeah, it's just how usually Earthshaker players do. They sacrifice a lot for the team.
Roshan has fallen
Roshan gets
to the
secured.
dark.
Earthshaker gets himself
Dire's
2 levels
bottom
out of
tower
it.
is
And
under attack.
Moo gets himself an Aegis up to 2.6k gold now as well.
Yeah, and the Blink on Tide is on, so fight time. Aegis, Blink, and Earthshaker level 6.
See what they can make out of this one. The Lion Blink at the other next big pickup, possibly waiting for Newbee, who, as Banana does have only 1100 gold for now, but having a Blink Hex or another Blink Initiation when you're going for pickoffs. So you could think Tide doesn't want to go Blink Ravage just for like an initiation onto one hero. But EG, what's their move here? We haven't seen much out of anyone. They haven't yet to get a
Yeah.
single kill.
They're just really passive though, I feel like the AG. They are just looking to farm because
Radiant's
obviously
top
they have the
tower
greedier
is under
lineup. They have the Enigma, 4 cores.
I mean, their late game, do you feel like it's a lot stronger? Enigma going to have a BKB Black Hole, which can't be countered?
I'm not sure though
Radiant
because
structures
Newbee
are
had such a
fortified.
good lead right now. They are more farm on 2 heroes. Like Shadow Fiend will catch up later on. And he's actually already really close to the TA, like only 800 behind.
Yeah.
But he needs a lot more items to come to be able to fight properly. Like TA is such a beast already at this point with the Aegis. And I feel this would actually be a game where he's just going to go for the Deso right now instead of going for the BKB. So he has a lot of damage to kill the Spirit Bear, to take down the Shadow Fiend. Like it's just going to be so hard to deal with.
He's not really under a lot of pressure as well. It doesn't feel like he needs the BKB in his
Yeah,
way.
definitely not. Maybe as his 3rd item after the Deso, then he builds the BKB.
Now EG just going to let this top tier 1 tower go, it seems, with Moo having an Aegis and just not someone that EG are by. They blink in with a Ravage. There's an Infest as well. 2 heroes hit by the Ravage. Universe as well as PPD. PPD tries to swap out Universe. Unsuccessful, and
Dire's structures
2 more
are
kills go the way of
fortified.
Yeah,
Newbee.
he was screwed anyway. He was gonna die. At least try to save his buddy.
Hey, if Clockwork gets off
Dire's
at Cogs, that
bottom
pushes them
tower
back.
is under
Maybe there's some
Yeah, that's
tiny chance something would have.
It's always like just trying
Yeah.
to make the best of whatever you have, you know. Even though you're just gonna die, but you try to save. It's just the spirit of the true support player.
Yeah, the swap's back up as soon as he respawns. Like 15 seconds away, no problem. The cooldown is not an issue at all.
And at this point of the game, Fear just got his Maelstrom. Probably gonna finish the Vlads after this. Like I think Vlads is really good for this sort of game. Helps the team with the armor against the TA and the Lifestealer. Makes everyone a little bit more tanky.
Well, this is the first game. Newbee started 0-2 today. Also, both those losses were very one-sided stomps, so they're actually in pretty good position. I don't feel like they're that far ahead. The graphs say they're pretty much dead even, and I think with good reason. Like, looking at how well Fear's farming, the SF,
Yeah, and
despite
the
dying twice is...
Enigma jungling as well.
They have 0 kills, but they're doing just fine. EG, this is their slow tempo. They're getting their farm on, getting their basic items. And I know, like, I mean, PPD, like, I think when he was talking about the TI4 draft analysis and stuff, like, he doesn't really consider Lifestealer that big of that threatening of a hero. Especially, like, you get to a late game when you've got Enigma Black Hole, you've got all this physical damage, you've got minus armor from the bench.
Radiant's middle
It doesn't feel
tower
like this is going to be a game where Lifestealer has a great time as a
Yeah,
character.
he needs to rely on his team, like
Yeah.
the Earthshaker, the Lion, the Tide. How much are they going to do in the fight to actually
Dire's top tower is
give
under
the
attack.
Lifestealer time to hit
Yep.
stuff and kill stuff?
It's where they probably want to give at least some time to the Earthshaker to get a
Radiant's
Blink
middle
Dagger,
tower is under
give some
attack.
time to the Lion to get his Blink or a 4-staff,
Radiant's
whatever it may
middle
be.
tower has
They
fallen.
can't just give all the farm to Moo and Hao. I feel like it needs to be somewhat in the hands of some of these other support heroes. Or they get it by pushing these towers. They take the T1 mid tower.
Dire's top tower
That's a
has
start,
been
but
denied.
EG now look to make their kind of first big move, perhaps. They took the T1 bottom tower some time ago, but they're now making a...
top lane as well. Sumel just saw how using his his rage. He just wants to find that setup.
Well, he hasn't gone for the Blink. He's actually going Yule's BKB this game. It's a bit harder to get that Yule's Requiem
Yeah,
combo off.
BKB is a must this game
Yeah.
for the Shadow
He
Fiend.
can go back for the Blink later on, which I imagine he will do after the BKB, perhaps.
It feels like the Blink. I'm not sure how much it will do at the same time though. It feels like he needs a lot of stats item, armor item, so that he can stand and fight. But he just loves the Blink and use build. I know he does it almost every game.
Well, his life at mid lane. He's going to use himself up, but there are
Swap.
5 Newbee
Oh,
heroes.
that fissure.
Ooh,
That
dear.
fissure stopped this one.
Yeah, they had no way to chase him up there. Tide had already blinked in, so that would have been a save. Little does
They do not
Newbee know, yeah.
They had no clue.
Newbee don't realize that fissure just secured that kill for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was just
Dire's
unlucky that
structures are
it was that
fortified.
positioning the Earthshaker was coming in and the fissure was going to hit at that direction where PPD was standing.
Well, the fact he even used the fissure, you've got like a lion there who can just hex impale. A lot of the times Earthshaker will be like, I'll just hold on to the fissure and not use it. But
Kill secured.
perfect fissure in the end.
Yeah, kill secured. So Mu would be actually finishing his BKB. I was actually expecting him to go to the Deso I was talking about, but he goes
This
for
is
the
just
much,
the Mu build.
the much safer build.
He does this like almost every time I've seen him play TA. Yasha BKB, then he gets Deso as his third item. Sometimes he'll go like a Daedalus or MKB instead of the Deso, but normally it's the Deso.
Gives TA just... It's a very cost-efficient item for how much you actually pay for it. It's just a lot of damage, minus armor, no PPD, no PPD. Wow! Ravage?
Maybe thinking that someone was behind
Yeah,
him.
they were thinking someone was behind. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well. And at the same time, they're also realizing this is a very slow-paced game. So
Dire's
using an
bottom
ultimate even
tower
just for a
is under
support kill,
attack.
not the end of the world for them.
Yeah, and there's no immediate big objectives like push.
Universe, possibly in some trouble, goes for the hookshot out, will get it on his buddy AUI, and TP out will succeed.
Well, this is just a one kill every few minutes game. Everyone is just basically like...
And
EG is like understandably having the more greedy draft, so they would want to take things slower.
the kills also haven't been very important, apart from the Sumail kills. But like the 2 kills on Universe, that kill there on PPD feel like they're not really kills that change the pace of the game. Like, not like Newbee are getting objective
Man,
off of them.
it's even like the kill actually favors EG because they use the Ravage, like to be frank.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
This is
tower
what
has
happens. You
fallen.
don't have Ravage, I'm pushing a tower.
No, it definitely feels like this
It did-
0-7 score
it
is
did-
very misleading.
Yeah, and it did more harm, you know, the Ravage.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if EG are planning on getting kills anytime soon. For the for the moment, it's let's trade farm and towers for kills. We don't have any interest in getting hero kills. Kills do not win you Dota 2.
Let me ask you one question.
Just one.
Yeah, has there even been a black hole?
No, there has not. It's not another spell in his arsenal for the time being. Here, PPD at top. Chased down by How, and here comes Ravage. He's got no Ravage, though. Again, it's going to be just PPD, Sacrificial Lamb, but Universe looking for a hookshot. Those are creeping the way. Swaps out, swaps Universe in. AUI has got a black hole, but he won't get a chance to use it. The dunk from Sansheng gets himself a double kill. Hook back in from Universe. He wants a kill, but I don't think he's getting it. He's actually isolated Sansheng now. Sansheng has some, well, enemy creeps nearby, and the SF will look to set off of the Yules. Gets the first kill of the game for EG, but they've lost 3 in the meantime. The Impale catches Universe. 4 going to be dead. Sumail's just going to flee for his life as he TPs to the bottom lane. No interest in fighting that one. That was... They thought they were going to... Enigma did not have the BKB. I was like... I saw Enigma tried to walk in.
It was like they wanted to save him, but at the same time, maybe PPD was like, just get out, and someone like, we can save you. It feels there was like 2 decisions. Like he wanted to die, but his team wanted to save him, and it was like they weren't working on one decision. That's why they got caught, and they're just like, you know, just one split second, like somebody is thinking twice about his decision.
It definitely looked like PPE was like just running.
Just run. Like, he was like already like,
he
dude,
wasn't even trying to escape. And then Universe was like, no, I'm running in. Like,
I'm helping you. I'm going to help
and then
you.
PPE was like, okay, I'll swap you in, I guess. let's do this.
And the Earthshaker and the Lion just destroyed the Enigma behind.
If Enigma had a BKB, it would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, he would have gotten a big black hole there.
Yeah, he had at least 2 heroes, probably a third.
Yeah, probably even... Yeah, I think he would have probably gotten a 3-man. Probably if he had black hole, but BKB. But now he's... I think did he just get his BKB?
Just bought it.
Oh dear. Like,
He was
really,
so close to it.
really close to it.
See what EG look to do off of this, but still feels like not entirely sure if they're going to be trying to just force fights from it.
Yeah, but it like score 1 to 11, but it certainly doesn't feel they are that far behind.
Just like Lone Druid and TA, almost identical farm. SF and Lifesteal, almost identical farm. Enigma and the Tide, same thing. So EG are matching Newbee farm for farm.
It's the reason why I was talking about like they don't have the they were in a lead early game, but you don't consolidate the lead with a minus on the TA. That's when I feel he could have been he could have been a lot like He built his early Yasha, that's fine. He built the early BKB, but what has actually the BKB done? Like, they were so far ahead. EG didn't even want to fight.
They should got some Midases. Earthshaker, man. You got 2k gold, buy a Midas.
I think the TA with the Midas would have... The Midas would have definitely been paid out already. In this pace. I'm not sure though. Sometimes...
No one's really going for greedy items. Like, even the Tide going back for a mech, I'm not even sure. Like, that mech for the Tide hasn't really been that important of an item.
No, PPD again.
Is he going to go for this defensive swap? AUI this time does with BKB. Swaps in Sumail, of all people.
Wanted to swap him for the use, I guess.
Doesn't go for any kind of
They have
offensive play here.
BKB back row. They have BKB back row here.
Oh, SF going to go for the BKB. Requiem Moon, the front line says a BKB of his own, so he can get aggressive. It's going to be just a TP out from Sumail. The physical damage.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Just need a bit more attack speed.
Is under attack.
He got one more right click
Radiant's
off.
bottom tower is under attack.
What was that impaled? Nah. I think he was aiming for the idol once, but...
Dude, Midas provides attack speed.
Yeah, you can get a Midas there. Maybe. Just buy it now. 25 minutes in. It's not too late, man. Secure the late game.
Well... EG still has a lot of farm on... Like, they have like really good distribution of farm on all the heroes.
Lone Druid is... Veer's just been sitting bottom, farming.
Yeah, he actually finished the Mjolnir and now finishes the Blats. He's gonna finish the Blats really soon.
This Mjolnir has helped him, well, not even keep up. He'd stay ahead on farm this game.
What is actually going on? He has a Basher recipe. He has a Vlad's recipe.
Casually. He ain't about wasting money on some team item. What is that?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fight.
Yeah, so as I expected, Shadowfiend is not going to go for a blink this game. Like, judging by how the pace is going, he's going to go for evasion, which is really good against Lifestealer and TA. Those heroes force them to go for MKB instead of going for more damage-orientated items.
I feel really worried for Newbee this game. Like, they don't really show any signs that they're going to be taking objectives or towers.
Yeah.
I mean, this Aegis, they can maybe take a tier 2 or something, but I just feel like this game's going to reach a 45-minute, 50-minute stage, and Enigma's going to be having like a BKB, Refresher, Blink. SF is going to be Butterfly, Satanic.
The first black hole of the game will actually win EG a fight.
Yeah. Like, we're going to the late game. This game is going 45 minutes, I feel like.
Oh my god. He's actually doing more damage to the Lifestealer than the Lifestealer is doing to him. Man fight. That's actually very worrying if you actually see that.
I feel like Newbee are in actually quite a bit of trouble right now. They have still got the teamfight heroes. They've got the Ravage. They've got the Echo Slam. Even Lion, who can offer a lot of disables as well. They will be able to take objectives off of the Aegis here, but
yeah, this is the lack. They are not even making mistakes. It's just the lack of the Midas in this sort of slow-paced game. Like, if you have the Midas, you feel comfortable, you feel secure. But because of that, like you mentioned, it feels like Newbee are worried. They are starting to fall behind, and you're just like thinking,
I mean,
what if when the Enigma comes into play with the Refresher and BKB, what's going to happen? They don't have anything that stops the BKB black hole.
It almost feels like they think they're more ahead than they actually are as well.
But they're actually not.
Yeah, they just...
Top lane.
They don't feel like there's any sense of urgency.
Oh dear.
That BKB not going to work against Moo. His physical damage pretty impressive now, so he does get himself a kill. And that's where, well, maybe you go for something like a Ghost Scepter on your way to your late game items for your Enigma, but a deck just kind of caught out the wrong place, wrong time, and Moo with the DD rune now.
Man, I'm really not sure though. Now it's like EG just needs to keep farming.
Yeah, and not let things like that happen. Fear at mid lane gonna get caught out by the open wound, gets entangled.
And Bash, he gets entangled and Bash.
RNG baby. We're going to do what he can, and Moo is actually... Moo is going to be the real late game problem. Doesn't feel... I guess Lifesteal's going to have a Salt Crest, so he's starting to hurt.
You say that, but again, I'm asking myself, TA needs to come in range of the black hole to actually hit stuff.
Well,
Midnight Pulse plus black hole is devastating to the TA.
It's where it feels like they're not going to send in Moo and Hao together. They don't, as long as both of them don't get caught in a black hole.
I just got this feeling like it's going to come down to one big black hole to settle the game, you know. Even though 29 minutes in, we still haven't seen a single black hole.
It's... Yeah, like you say, the first one you're going to make it count. You just got to have that first one, though. He's still sitting on the big fat goose egg right now. As EG continue to play the farming game.
I'm actually wondering if he's going to go for Blink or it's just going to go for Refresher. Like, it doesn't feel... Yeah, it doesn't feel... he's gonna actually worry about wanting to initiate first.
I feel like the blink is just nice because you don't want to get... The big problem is or Newbee are going to be looking to find AUI in these fights. They want to blink Hex him or blink Ravage him before he BKBs and blow him up. So with a blink dagger, he can position himself.
Yeah, true.
It helps his positioning.
It's just too good to pass up.
Yeah. He can play very far back and then still get the blink hole onto the carries. The problem is if he tries to, if he just tries to walk in, then he has to be really far forward, maybe gets caught out by the blink.
Depending on the situation, though, because they have Venge swap, and if you have the BKB refresher, you're gonna get your black holes off regardless if they don't catch you if you're in a good position. So
with refresher, your first hole can be on just one hero.
Yeah,
really
it's like
you just hold the life stealer or the TA alone and get the kill, and then
you just look at his skill build as well. He's not leveling up the black hole. That usually means that you're going for the early refresher as well to actually support the mana pool.
Well, he hasn't hit level 14 yet, so he hasn't got stats or anything.
Oh yeah, the next level.
Yeah, if he gets stats at 14, then I would agree, but I think it's kind of too early to tell.
Yeah, the blink is still really good, but it's I feel the black hole is just such a huge item that it's alright to prioritize having the refresher at this point.
We'll have Clockwork farming up in the jungle. He's going to get caught out here. Moo! Can't kill him fast enough.
Whoa, that Ravage. He wanted to Ravage already.
Yeah, he didn't know how long was left on that TP. Newbee feel just too content to casually throw Ravages for a support. Lifesteal at top was just using Infest to farm Eidolons. They're happy to use these kind of long cooldown spells, thinking they're kind of ahead and it's fine and just to farm. And well, we're going late game and EG. Their late game now includes a butterfly on Sumail's Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, just look at the map. Newbee have a lot of towers, but they're just 5,000 ahead. It's literally nothing if you consider the towers.
They are finally starting to pull ahead for the first time this game.
It's the towers. They're getting towers.
Yes, and EG I think playing a bit more cautiously now that Newbee have all these blinks. They've had TA who's got so much. TA can just solo kill a lot of these heroes this game. Top lane now. The Tide TP and does have an infested lifestealer.
Oh, will they actually take the bait?
Oh, Enigma's got a blink dagger here. Is this?
Oh, they want to take the bait.
Tower is under attack.
Okay. Sumail nearby as well. Tide's on the chase here, and I think they realize this is maybe not the right idea. Rabbit goes blinking, forcing in, and that should be a telltale sign that Rabbit has backup and could be just the old lifestealer.
Oh my god!
He didn't BKB TP. If he ravaged, he could have canceled that. He hesitated.
No, I think he didn't have enough time though. The moment he saw him, the TP was already
okay.
Because the Ravage takes a little bit time to travel to the Shadow Field.
Enigma hunted down. It's the Lion as well as the TA teaming up on that one. So they bring down this Enigma once more. Enigma's having a rough time staying alive in these fights. That means pushing high ground now, not really.
Yeah, but they don't have Ravage.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's hard.
And Enigma's gonna respawn with Black Hole.
Yeah. Well, I could see you just imagine the glint in Rabbit's eyes. He may have this Shadow Fiend. He didn't BKB. He just went for the straight TP. 20 seconds on the Enigma. No buyback. They're just going to get this tier 3 tower. There is a glyph available. Won't get used just yet.
Radiant's middle tower
TPD.
has fallen.
With the defensive swap, and Newbee will be kind of pushed back for the time being. They play things safe.
Yeah, they can't go high ground with this without the Ravage. They definitely can't. It's just too risky. You lose one fight, and you're basically throwing everything away. Yeah,
EG will be back to even and probably taking a tower or two. Could even get next Roshan for themselves as well if you lose a team fight. You don't want to be giving EG the Aegis at this point. So 1 minute 45 left, roughly, on the Aegis, which Newbee will be looking to secure for themselves. Probably just they probably just farm for the time being, because end of the day, right now they've got no Aegis. They're not really in a position where they can really push into the BKB black hole. EG's just hoping desperately, please Roshan, just respawn now. That would just be so nice if you could just do that for us, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
I'm still waiting for the first black hole.
Well, it's a long one. This is almost a max duration Roshan respawn. If it was any time in the first minute and a half, it would have been okay, but or even a minute 45.
Yeah, that was lucky for Newbee. Otherwise, the rush will go down really quick.
Well, Newbee's still, as with Moose Farm right now, I feel like Newbee is still looking pretty good. Like, sure, it looked a bit scary playing towards the late game, but they've clearly got a late game plan involving Moo with a lot of farm. Hal's got himself a Demon Edge and will be working towards an MKB.
Check out the net worth though. Like,
it's dead even.
TA is 8-0, but his net worth is the same as the Laundry.
I mean, the net worth between the 4 carries is very, very even. Newbee with the slightest edge, with SF a tiny bit behind. Some of the SFs is into a Yule Scepter, which is not exactly a late game item by any means, but
It's a very good farming item because of the mana regen.
Yeah.
It's definitely helping the SF farm a lot quicker.
and it's something you can just easily
Yeah,
replace
and
in the late game
he
anyway.
moves really quick with Flutter and the movement speed from the Yules as well.
So
The Flutter boys.
just flying around the map. Still no Roshan, but it's respawning now. Newbee know it though. This is pretty much a max duration Rosh respawn. Aegis and Cheese. EG, do they make a move on this one? Do they try and contest it? Have they got a smoke? Doesn't look like they have anything of the sort. They actually smoke on the Courier. Courier though sitting at base will come out now with an Assault Crest for Fear. So
Okay, this is probably the first black hole we're gonna see.
Blink in, Rabbit has the Infested Life Stealer, so Infest is going to be on cooldown for this fight as well, but Roshan is going to... Roshan's just dropping too fast. They may still fight this if they think they've got a good position, but they're too late.
Roshan has
Too easy.
fallen to the
Aegis
dark.
and Cheese as well.
Yeah, they had vision there and enemy smoked in, so EG thought nothing was going on.
They had the Rocket Flare, but like I think they started attacking it as the Rocket Flare vision wore off, and then by the time the next Rocket Flare came, it was too late to get.
Oh, they're gonna find a
position.
pick off here. Lion.
Invis, so.
Do they have gem? No, I don't think they have gem.
Goes hooking in, catches out Sansheng. The Earthshaker gets picked off to start the fight. There's your BKB Black Hole. How and Moo both caught inside. It's an Aegis on Moo. How will get off the cheese though, but the second life, he may still be kept alive. Great Ravage from Rabbit. It's a godlike streak from Moo that TA can't be dealt with. Maybe he can. There's the first kill on him. SF in the middle of things. Huge Requiem from Sumail. And the second kill on Moo coming up quickly. EG, the first Black Hole of the game. That's all it was. That's all they needed. AUI says, oh, I guess I am playing Dota 2. I guess I am here today.
The first black hole of the game hitting the 2 cores.
That's all he needs. And Earthshaker really out of... Earthshaker just
He got caught by the hook
out
shot.
of position. Yeah, I guess they didn't think EG were there. That was huge there. Lifestealer, once his rage wore off, just got annihilated. I think he tanked most of the Requiem of Souls there. Oh, Sansheng. Oh no, they put the ward up there. Oh, he's been spotted. Won't get the fissure off.
Rex?
What are
you
you
kidding
doing,
me?
mate? That is not the cliff for you.
Structures are fortified.
So, buybacks, Lifestealer, TA, both going to buy back, but it's EG who are going to now pull ahead, I imagine, after that. With the buybacks, with the towers, with the team fight being won, this game gets blown wide open.
It's just like
This is why EG were...
It's so strong. Like the BKB black hole, there's nothing to stop the freaking black hole.
Yeah,
And he just needs to black hole the TA and the lifesteal.
They lose the Venge on the way out there, but this is why EG were never in that bad of a position. Whoa, bit of an awkward blink there. They're chasing after Fear though, and Fear, no TP, could be in some trouble here. Moo's damage is, well, actually not that scary onto the Fear. He's got a lot of armor, hook shot into a 4-star.
Wow.
He's been kept alive by
like
Universe.
that is like a brother move. Such a huge brother.
Dire's middle tower is
Big
under
brother
attack.
looking after the little brother. Well, little brother looking after the big brother in Fear's case. No chance anyone in the Dota scene is older than Fear. Maybe
Wow,
he's bullied Universe around enough to say,
That
look,
is
if you don't
just
do it, I'm going to beat you up.
That is just such a vengeful play.
Well, the Venge was dead. The Venge was dead at bottom lane, so Universe is like, don't worry, Fear, I got you, bro.
Oh,
Looking after-
such a bro. BTS moment. The bro moment.
The bro moment, I don't know. You know,
Dire's
it's
top
like
tower
your
is under
parents,
attack.
they look after you all your life, but when your parents get too old, you have to look after them. That's what that was, you know?
Fear.
At some point, you gotta give back.
Yeah, you have to give back to the old man Toto. Well, so Newbee didn't get too much out of that. They got a clock, they got a venge, and they expanded 2 buybacks. Look at the graph.
Is it
It's
PG?
all the way
Yeah,
top.
it is. That's what it felt like. The buybacks is kind of what sealed the deal there. Both carries use their buybacks. At the same time, they can now look towards their next big item. TA with 4k gold. May pick up probably an MKB to deal with the evasion.
Yeah, definitely. MKB is definitely his last
And
item.
Lifesteal is the same thing. House just about got his, just 600 short. But
The TA is getting to a point where it feels like no matter how much items you have, you're not going to do anything in the fights because like Black Hole, Clockwork, and Lone
Yeah.
Druid, it's...
They feels like they have to have buybacks, like if they want to stand a chance, and they have to fight around the black hole cooldown maybe.
Yeah, but at some point you're going to anticipate the refresher.
They've got to find the Enigma in these fights, but it's so hard to do so because of just the Blink Dagger basically allowing Enigma to sit so far back.
It's just difficult for them. They need to blow up the Enigma and make sure that the Tide gets the a good Ravage.
Yeah.
At least if he wants to kill the Shadow Fiend, they need to Ravage the Venge as well. Otherwise, it's just like there's too many things it feels like they need to do. They need to get on point for them to win a fight. And for EG, what they need to do, they just need to hit a black hole
Hit the black hole.
and they win.
I mean, there's still a level of execution that has to be there because for 30 minutes, EG just had one kill. They had the single kill. And if Newbee can kind of go back to that, don't give any opportunities for those black holes. Maybe look for some smoke ganks where, like we saw multiple times, AUI would use his BKB defensively, but he was alone. There was no targets. TA would just right-click him down. I think they need to kind of go back to that.
Yeah, they need to-
avoid scenarios where they're going to get caught out by the
And
black hole.
positioning as well. Like the last fight at near they were running up the high ground. That's why
Yeah.
Enigma got an easy. Like, obviously it was still a good black hole, but they gave it. They didn't make it hard for the Enigma to get a good black hole. That was what I was trying to say.
They got baited in by, like, the Clockwork hooked in, and they're like, oh, we got to help. We got to kill this Clockwork. He just
and
hooked
yeah,
in.
and Tide got a big Ravage as well. So like, it was like, we can do this. Then oh wait,
You think you're good as soon as those, as soon as that happens, but really, are you? No, probably not.
yeah, the Midnight Pulse and the black hole there was just devastating.
Items being accumulated here. TA with MKB money now. May as well buy it with buyback on cooldown. 3 minutes. There's plenty of time to farm it. Yeah. So
I think they are already rattled by the last fight. They're gonna just wait for the next Aegis.
Tide Refresher, another big item that could come the way of the Newbie squad.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel the Ravage would actually destroy them.
Oh.
Like he's actually the one that's saving skill points on the Ravage instead of the black hole because he's gonna have
Yeah.
the refresher soon.
It's good. Yeah, the force up. But he's also got to use the mechs.
Yeah, you can't have mana for everything if you have mech as well.
So Abyssal Blade now picked up by Fear on the Lone Druid.
That's if it goes late game. You know how many times you get to say this? Lone Druid has 12 slots.
Does he really? I mean, he does, but
They
it
use
doesn't-
one freaking black hole, 40
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
What is there stopping them from going another 40
Okay.
minutes? And 12 items.
But you can get 12 items, but your Lone Druid, your Spirit Bearer is still stuck at like
Dire's middle tower
at what it is. It's
Yeah,
not
but-
getting any more HP.
yeah, Spirit Bear has mana though, so you can consider going some.
Yep.
Dire's
Well, you got the
middle
Abyssal
tower
Blade. You can
has
consider
fallen.
that
Yeah.
one.
Do it with flair.
And EG, they're going to 5-man. They're going to look to push and siege. Move. Realizing this Spirit Bear's a problem. Tries to go in. The hook shot going to catch out too. They fall stuff out the Tide as well as Sandshank. That's a sigh of relief for Newbee, who looked like it maybe been cut. That was a great hook shot from Universe.
How?
Oh, Blink in. Tide Ravage with the Echo Slam as well. They're trying to get a kill here. AUI walks in. He misses the black hole.
Oh my
dear.
God.
They killed the Earthshaker though. They're still alive. How gets caught up by an Entangle? Luckily, the bear gets dealt with. That Hex saving his life. Great impale onto 2. Moo goes in. BKB, he wants a Spirit Bear. There's no resummon. Fear will keep the Spirit Bear alive for the time being. EG still have not lost anyone
Oh, dear.
apart from the Spirit Bear.
That is a way to lose a fight, not landing the black hole.
Man, I feel for him. That
Sumel,
was not
trouble.
good.
Satanic. Oh, he's gonna fight back.
Turns around. There's still a Hex now, and the Mana Drake coming up once more. Impel in 3 seconds, and without that Satanic, he's in trouble. You wish you had a black hole now. Goes for the Requiem, does some good damage, but Moo's going to win this
Oh my
fight.
God, if he had a
And
black hole,
AUI,
if he had
blink
a
out, hook shot through, catches all 3 with the stun. Clockwork, Universe doing a lot here, recovers the gem, and he's now going to find a way out. How goes in, doesn't have a bash or anything, but has got the MKB, shreds apart the Universe.
Oh my God.
Clockwork. Oh dear.
He would have destroyed them if he had the black hole there. He would have destroyed them.
I mean, they knew he didn't, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God.
PPD and AUI looking to fight once more. The Abyssal Blade, the Lone Druid trying to bring down How, and How just locked in place. The Bash combined with the Entangles. What can he do? He's going to just stand his ground and fight, but Fear and the Bear, too
Dire's
tanky.
top tower is under attack.
All right, that'll do. Fear says that'll do.
They
Don't.
still,
That'll do.
they still managed to pull it
Dire's
off.
top
Yeah.
tower has
Even with a
fallen.
missed black hole, it still goes, I would say, EG's favor in the end. Ever so slightly. The lone druid, I mean, they only lose, what, 2 heroes? They lost the Venge maybe at the start of the fight.
So it was like in the end. Did the Venge even die? I don't think he
I
died.
think so. I think it was just a 2 for 3.
Yeah, it was 2 for 3. He didn't die. I don't think he died.
They can wait the black hole, and Enigma AUI 4.7k gold. You got to imagine it's going to be a refresher.
Dear.
He has maxed the black hole, so he won't have the mana for the refresher black hole in one fight.
Yeah,
necessarily.
maybe you go for the Axe, I guess, or you want to go for Hex right now.
Shivers even.
Yeah, Shivas is
I think
actually quite
Shivers
good.
is
Yeah, it's
really
really
nice
good.
against the physical damage, TA and lifestyle.
Yeah,
And then it gives you the mana for your
Probably if
refresher.
you're richer, then you go for the Axe refresher. That will just basically mean you're the boss. You're the boss.
Okay.
Axe refresher. It's just something I like to do. It's personal.
The axe is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it does pierce through.
Yeah, it's like it goes through BKB. Why not?
BKB and the raid.
It's
So.
ridiculously amount of damage doing if you're doing the refresher
Yeah.
with the Midnight Pulse.
Well, he says, nah, I'm going refresher. I mean, he has mana issues. He needs
Did he
850
sell
for
the
2 black
soul?
holes.
Did he actually sell the Soul Ring?
Yeah. He needs this. I mean,
Yeah,
no chance of
How
getting
is he
mana.
going to have mana for it?
You get the double soul ring with the refresher, so that was the only way he was going to have mana. I guess he just refreshes and has to
Yeah.
heal up at base or something. It's like if you're defending, but if you're pushing,
Either
it
that, there's
doesn't
also
work.
one more way. Make Arcane Boots.
Yeah. You think he almost has to at this point.
Well, not sure though. It's like, it's just too much mana though. He's gonna have to...
I think they're happy to farm though. At this point, EG are probably feeling pretty comfortable.
He's gonna have to just use the Black Hole if he wants to. He's not even gonna have to have mana to pop Midnight Pulse. He just needs... He only has mana for Black Hole, Refresh, and Black Hole, and maybe one Midnight Pulse or one stun or Mag after that.
I feel like the Midnight Pulse is really important
Yeah.
as far as damage goes against
don't know
BKBs and magic.
I don't know about selling the Soul Ring though. I felt they were not in a rush.
Yeah.
They were just basically not in a rush.
Yeah, if he wants to get off a double black hole, I feel like without a soaring, it's impossible.
Yeah. We already know he just needs to hit one Black Hole to win the fight.
Hey, yeah, why not? So he can refresh, just slowly regen some mana and then go from there. At this point, I think he's just looking to itemize for the late game, so he can go pick up the Mystic Staff when he can afford it
Yeah,
for that
Shivas
Shivers.
is
and-
definitely the next best choice. Like the Axe is just a luxury at this point.
Well, Roshan respawning and Newbee nearby. For the first time, though, this may not be the most straightforward Roshan, unlike the previous 3.
You better pray he doesn't miss. He at least hits one of the Black
Yeah,
Hole.
just hit one carry. You don't have to hit both AUI. Just hit something.
Well, with the Life Stealer in the TA, things would be easy.
Yeah, there's only one hero you got to hit. This is it. This is the one. But for now, he's gotten the Arcane Boots. Okay, so he bought them from the side shop. This will give him the mana he needs. If he can use
Oh,
the
he
Arcane Boots. in
he
between.
sold the mech? Dude.
Yeah. I mean, the mech is not neat. Here we go. Ty goes in with a Ravage, but gets BKB by Sumail. There's your Black Hole. How and Moo caught out by AUI. It's going to be a double Black Hole on the 2 carries. Ravage comes in. It's the second Ravage from Ravage. Is this going to be enough? Moo's looking to turn and fight, but Sumail wins it with the Satanic. 3, 4, 5 dead, and the buybacks come out. TA as well as Lifestealer back into the fray, but it's a disaster for Newbee. Absolute train wreck of a team fight. Huge plays coming out of AUI.
He didn't miss the Black Hole this time, and yeah,
He got 2.
He actually didn't pop the second BKB. That's why he got ravaged by the second Ravage.
Didn't matter, but the
yeah,
fight was already
it's already
won.
over.
I don't think he was expecting Tide to come back.
But
in
it
as
came
he did.
close though. It really came close though because he didn't have.
If he used it right, like the
Sumail
Ravage right at the start.
almost died from that as well. He barely had enough time to Satanic and just.
I mean, even if Sumail dies, Fear was clean up. Fear was, at this point, Fear is massive with his lone druid. He is doing.
He's heading towards
ton.
12 slots. He's
Get in
actually
there. What's he gonna buy now?
Demon Edge. Yeah.
So we'll see. For EG, this is looking good to go 3-0. For Newbee, that'd be 0-3 with a loss here.
Who would have actually expected that? The champs.
Losing to Vici and EG, not a big surprise, but that opening loss to MVP, oh boy. And it's a Daedalus. Picked up, Fear's damage output with this bear is
They
going to be...
just need to wait for the next Black
Oh
Holes.
dear,
Kuda.
this bear hurts. That's the thing, like, we've seen Sumail die, and like the fight at the bottom river after they whiffed Black Hole, it was just Fear. He crushes the Lifestealer 1v1. And I think this is where EG didn't care that they were behind on so many kills because they knew Lifestealer late game was not going to be a problem. Same for the TA. You get to this late game where Lone Druid is great against both those two heroes. You've got Clockwork for great control. You've got SF and Enigma Black Hole. It's everything about this lineup wins late game.
Yeah, it's just the Enigma Black Hole. It's just such a big control for heroes that hit from a short distance like TA and Lifestealer. There's no answer. They don't have a swap. They don't have like silence. They have nothing against the BKB Black Hole. Like this is like a dream for Enigma players. When the enemy has nothing to stop your BKB Black Hole. You just need to hit the Black Hole. That's it.
He's loving things right now. Looks like
you might say Fear is doing the damage, but I just feel the Enigma is the key. If he hits the Black Hole, they win. If he misses the Black Hole, like the second fight, but they still won that fight. It's just less convincing.
EG damage output increasing rapidly with Daedalus on Sumail as well as the Bear, and see where some of these next heroes go. Enigma with cheese, so he's not going to have mana problems for sure in these upcoming fights.
Yeah, we can see the double Midnight Pulse, double Black Hole, double BKB. Alright, this fight, I have no idea how Newbee is going to win this fight. They somehow need to jump and kill the Enigma. Somehow.
Yeah, it almost needs like...
Maybe
do they have
smoke the Lion behind?
I don't think they have a smoke. They have 0 smokes right now, but even just go from behind regardless. I guess you're worried about Observer Ward vision, but right now it looks like EG actually don't have any wards up here. So you could theoretically just look to flank them without smoke, but that's just so high risk.
I don't know about that. It's just very difficult. Like difficult to take a fight on your high ground already. And what about going out and trying to take a fight outside? But I'm not sure though, because if you continue farming, it's just gonna go downhill.
Yep. Well, EG, we're pretty confident right now. They're up by 20,000 net worth and 10,000 experience. This game did not start off too great for them. It looked really bad on the kill score, though.
111.
Yeah, 111. Was that the? I think it got like 113 at one point, but it was a very misleading scoreline.
They knew what they had in the late game.
And that's one of those things where, like, PPD as captain drafter was probably just saying, guys, we're fine. Don't worry about this.
It's just a lifestealer.
Yeah, it's just a lifestealer. It's a TA slightly more worrying, but even so, it's probably just like there is no way these carries match up against us in the late game. Hook shot in, Universe looking to engage, or at least to try and force an engagement. Swap in, Enigma goes for the BKB solo Black Hole, and how he will have a second though after this one. Gets hexed up, impaled though. He's going to be dealt with, finish him off. They get the kill, Infest into... Oh, he doesn't get the Infest off. Moo now gets locked into place. The Bash is there, tied with a Ravage. Number 2 comes in. Can Moo do it? He wants Sumail, but Sumail heals up with the Satanic. Impale comes too late, and Newbee down to just 2. Make it 1 with TA left standing. Earthshaker going to buy it back, but Rax has been claimed in the top lane, with EG keeping Lone Druid and Shadow Fiend alive.
He missed. He only has 1 Black Hole, but it wasn't still enough. It was still enough for them.
Yeah, just take out 1 carry, and then SF and Lone Druid, they deal with the other.
This is just...
the Vengeance done. The Vengeance sits there with the Vengeance Aura, the Wave of Terror.
You know, if you are talking about 113, but it feels like it's just like a very straightforward game for EG. They're gonna win regardless of that.
I look at this game and say, I don't feel like
they were in the lead at all.
Yeah, I feel like at no point were Newbee in the lead, and I feel like
the hero composition.
I feel like the entire game, I feel like EG was in the lead almost. Like as far as strategically.
Yeah, it's like
this game didn't feel like a hard game for EG.
The other important point was also because I personally felt the lack of the Midas of TA was also a huge point there. Otherwise, they would have gotten a bigger lead because I didn't feel their lead was suffice. They didn't have a big enough lead to actually close out the game. Yeah. That was my issue. That's why like the Midas would have provided them that.
Hey, even
with the Midas, like I'm thinking, even with the Midas, it doesn't feel secure yet. But they don't even have that Midas on the TA.
You even see games where like an Earthshaker will go for a Midas. Like, I feel like something like that could have even got them a better late game. It was... I feel like this game was actually a very... Like, I feel like EG won this game pretty convincingly in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
like,
it is really convincing. It didn't feel like they were in trouble. Like, you look at the score.
It took them 54
113,
minutes,
112, but were they in trouble? When you ask yourself, were EG in any sort of trouble? Yeah. Were they in a position where it felt like they were cornered, they were forced to do something, they were forced to react? No, it was all the time Newbee having to find the kills, having to get the rush, having to force a fight, and at what, 34 minutes, the first black hole that decided the pace of the game.
Well, EG now 3-0, undefeated. Newbee yet to get a win. It's a worry for Newbee, your Tier 4 champion.
Res are lost.
I mean, EG, I feel like maybe we're like 50-50 at least, or probably even favorites to win that bet, but hey, EG are looking good. The new roster, Sumail and AUI, fitting in pretty nicely. I feel like AUI wasn't...
Yeah, he was really shaky that
his
game.
early game, like, it was very low impact. And even once he got his blink black, like, there was the one complete error. I mean, he had one bad black hole.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't difficult because there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I think the game plan was like, don't even care about
you
going
just
ganking.
need to get BKB black hole and nothing is going to stop you.
Yeah.
And it's just that, like, the early game was just a little point where I felt he could have went earlier to pressure the bottom tower. The moment he was actually going down at 9-10 minutes, they had Ravage, they had level 6 on the Lion, and you were like, oh guys, this is not gonna end well. Then they had to back off, and in the end he was like doing nothing. And Sumail at the same time got caught in middle lane as well because he was the one under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Well, that does it for this game, guys. We're going to take a break. We're going to be relieved by Sunsfan and Synderen. They're going to be casting Secret versus Hellraisers next on the Dota Cinema stream. And then I believe you're going to be joining LD downstairs for Na'Vi versus Big God.
See you, bro.
I'll see you down there. I'm going to be joining you down there. So I'll be watching some of those games on the panel. So guys, stick around. We'll have Sunsfan, Synderen taking over. But for now, myself, GoDz, WinteR, we're out of here.